The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. 18 yards, first down Niners.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's checking. Crash.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Here we go. Black 80! Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Here we go. 180! Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. 49, check 49. 6. Check 24.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. You're confident.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive, maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm going to run you over. One. Switch it. Five.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Mike, I'm going to come back to you.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Foles. That's to his running back, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Here's Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Foles. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They toss to Urban. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll go with a big bank Fournette. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Foles. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup. They get 8, but it's 3rd down now. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2 toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Going for it has paid off twice already on this drive. Can they convert again on 4th down? Let's see. They'll run for it with Fournette. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
And this Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Motion, motion, bump, 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 bump.
They get it to him running left. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as they are now on the board here in the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Shift, shift.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He finds an opening past the 40. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. 12 yards there and a first down.
That's good for a 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Garoppolo and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Here we go. 180. Hey, Silver. Flat. Hey, orbit. Shoot. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Hey, 2. 53, check 53. 53
On 2nd and goal, Foles to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. They're going to look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's now 4th and goal.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Motion.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D4 coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Hey, Charlie. 53, Mike.
They'll try and throw for it here. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. What do you need? All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Check 3. Black. Check. Lucky. Pilot, 64. Weak.
On first down, here's Breida. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Garoppolo looks to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Watch the slam. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Fournette. That 2nd down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told us, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up 1st downs.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction.
Watch the whip. Easy. Smooth. Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Cost them.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
21.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old, reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
That's it, baby. We got 1st and 10
at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. DeForest Buckner. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flushed out right. That one complete. He finds Shark. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got banked.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Seattle. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Check. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Check safety. Check 13. Check 13.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Give the sack there to Jake Ryan.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Watch twist.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark, 31 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll buy some time right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. It's a room to maneuver. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 78 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Fournette. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Fournette. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Minshew. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Now Fournette. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 30. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 28 yards. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
0-0. Go, 14. 36. Shift. Watch the shift.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And Wilson has it. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Luke Wilson. 76 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. All the talk when Russell Wilson came into the league about his height, you know, his big defensive lineman, can he get the ball over him? You get him outside the pocket like that, doesn't really matter.
No, it really doesn't, and you're exactly right. Many people dinged him for that and said, how's he going to see over NFL linemen? He never did, right? At whatever level, he saw through them and found pockets and windows to throw the football. But as you noted, when he's outside the pocket and his vision is totally clear, oh, look out, because he's going to find someone downfield, as we just saw there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 38, Minshew. Sharks got it, left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Ready, set.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
From the 16, Minshew under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points.
And he's going to go down again. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Lambo is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
Remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will make this a 4-point game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Got it.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Caught by Wilson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun. Wilson, flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Myers' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Minshew throwing on third down. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the run, it's Fournette. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll run with Fournette. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner because you got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Fournette, a first down carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
61, matchbox, right. Check, check, check. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Look up. Deep rip.
On fourth down, Minshew. He's got his tight end, Oliver. So give him the first down. First and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. Minshew sets to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's a give to Fournette. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. Third and goal.
Mike 54. I got Right there. 54.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook there to make the grab as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson. 75 yards. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. The extra point now coming from Myers. And they will take a 7-point lead now. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A handoff to Fournette. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. Now, the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Minshew. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The open man is Shark. It's complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Set, ready? 70, Indy.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. Those INTs all sting when you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the state of Florida and TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Jacksonville. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180, one Omaha.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
6-6, bullet pop. 21, 21. Here we go.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Fielded at the 20. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Now.
And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
30 base. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Ready?
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready up. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Pilot, 64. Weak. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. And he's going to have this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And that will be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
And a fake here, direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the 1st. That goes for 15 yards on the fake, a 1st down. And a lot of fist pumps right now on that sideline.
Two-jet bomber. Two-jet bomber. Hey, tighten down. Tighten.
And to give this time to the tailback. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Ready, set.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
What we got? Ready.
Fournette running right. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal. That's what they wanted out of that 1st down play. Run it down there, now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
They go jet sweep here with Chark, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
Brings up 4th and goal.
Let's go now.
They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. A dozen plays on.
Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now we have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. 12 yards there on a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now Minshew, and that is incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. Fournette on the toss to the right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead grows to 10-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Garoppolo looks to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
Here we go.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
They're going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty. Here's Garoppolo to throw.
Apparently sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go, and let's see who's faster. So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Let's go. 60 or 54. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Hey, orbit. 80 weapons. Right there. 54 Mike. Coming.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That game.